Happy Tuesday to you, everyone. Hey, today I'm kind of rehashing an old video a long time ago. Gosh, it seemed like a long time ago. I think you could have had a baby during the time it was I shot that video and today's video. But it's about speed. Speed as applied to rewards and corrections when you're training your dog. How much time do you have to apply either one of those, either the reward or the correction, that your dog will have the best possible chance of making an accurate pairing of either or? How long do you have? Well, I put out that the sooner the better. Speed is necessary. The need for speed, baby, within about as instant as possible, right after the behavior, right before the behavior. You've got to do these things for association within literally 1 to 2, 3 seconds. Anything beyond that, you start going downhill in a real fast fashion. That means that the animal might not make the association that you intend for it to do. Okay, so I put that out there, and sure enough, I got an email back here just recently. And the email, I won't read the whole thing, just basically says, I was always taught by my trainer that 10 seconds, not the instantaneous or up to 2 seconds that I've been putting out, that 10 seconds is the proper time to reward or discipline after an event. I was hoping you would know more than me, but you don't. Ouch. Wow. Okay, I guess I got to be the wooden block for this darn little email. All right, so that person seems to be very convinced about the timing. So therefore, I think we should just put that theory to test. So let's just try it out here. Cattle dog, place. So let's pretend like I'm teaching Captain place. Hit it. Good dog. Good place, buddy. And let's do it in reverse fashion. Let's say Captain gets off the cot. Hit it. Bad dog. Bad dog. Okay. All right, you know what? I tell you what. You'll always say that animals were gifted with biologically prepared learning. Well, so were we humans, at least some of us. So let me kind of put that out there. Instead of using a fancy term like biologically prepared learning, why don't we just use a simple thing called common sense? Did that make sense to you? What was the likelihood? I know some humans that could not have made that connection, let alone a dog. And if common sense doesn't prevail at this moment, then you might want to tap into the multitude. And I do mean, this is probably one of the most favorite studied topics for someone to get a thesis or a research organization or academia to get a grant, but it has been researched upside down, top side up, left, right, every which way that you can think of. It has. And therefore, in the general consensus of all these studies over these years is this: under consistent reinforcement, acquisition speed. When they talk about acquisition speed, they're talking about the relationship between responding and the stimulus. That's what they're talking about. So this is academia, this is research. Under consistent reinforcement, acquisition speed tends to decrease as delay in reinforcement increases. Yeah, that's what it does. And they all come to the conclusion that about maybe on a really great day with a whole bunch of really great variables, because again, it's hard to really get it super accurate, but about at the maximum you have is about 5 to 7 seconds. 7 seconds, wow, that's even a long time there. Again, so when you look at this, go do some of your own research on that. You know, again, there's a multitude of studies that have been done. Here, let me just throw out a few of them real quick. There's time and associated learning. Read that. Response rates track the history of reinforcement times. There you go. That's a good one. Timing of reinforcement during dog training. Really important. Event timing and associative learning, from biochemical research dynamics to behavioral observations. Big, long words, but at the end of the day, you sift through the 30 some odd pages and all the different variables that are taken into account, their peer review. Again, you will find out that, again, acquisition speed, meaning I'm getting this pairing, tends to decrease as delays in reinforcement increase. Okay, now after all of that, so if common sense doesn't work and you do the reading and it doesn't make sense to you and it still doesn't work, you're still not convinced about speed, let me pose you another question. What about pain? Yeah, think about that. When nature needs us to understand what it was that just hurt us, or what can hurt us, no, she uses speed. Yeah, some dog doesn't bite me on my arm, chomp! And I sit there, wait for 10 seconds, and then after 10 seconds go, oh, ow! Don't bite me again. Good God, 10 more bites could have happened during that time period. You touch something and it burns you. You touch something and it hurts you. There, geez. Right then, you associate with that thing, that very thing that you just touched. Why? Because nature's going, hey, Bryan, don't do that again. That can hurt you. Yeah, I'm out in the wild. Suddenly, bear!
It's a pretty big bear.
Bear. Run! Okay, no doubt someone will post on this thread and say, just so you know, Bryan, you're not supposed to run when you see a bear. Okay, you get my point. Just trying to have a little fun with this thing here. You know what? Again, there's so many worries that dog owners have, so many worries, and they just get paralyzed by all of these worries and all this misinformation. Rely upon your common sense. Don't you think Captain would get it if I was teaching him place? Attaboy. Yeah, he would get it. He would understand that, man, that reward came with me getting on that cot. Don't you think he would get that far more accurately, learn it faster, learn it more permanently if I applied that reward as soon as possible after doing the behavior? 3. What if he get off the cot? He's not supposed to. Bad dog. Again, I can say that to Cat. He's a good sport. He knows what we're talking about right here. Yeah. So again, as soon as I give it, the sooner I can give it, the greater the likelihood that the animal will make the proper pairing, and the greater the likelihood that you will. Same with you. And again, that's why nature said those things that can hurt you, and that thing that just did hurt you, that just caused you pain, that just injured you, yeah, you need to know is that thing, that very thing. Don't figure that out 30 minutes from now, an hour from now, because you might not make the association, which means you could get hurt by it again. Common sense, people. Common sense. So who's looking at a clock when you're training? I told you that a long time ago. I don't look at a clock. I go what feels natural. I go by the feedback from my dog. Did you just get that? How do I know you just got that? Am I convinced you just got that? Maybe I need to be a little faster. Maybe I can be a little slower. Maybe you can convince me that I can be. But I know this much. Anything that is greater, the longer it takes, the longer that delay, the greater the likelihood you will not associate it. So quit sweating it, people. Follow common sense. That doesn't work, do the research. And if not, go touch something that hurts you. There you go. See how fast that feedback is applied. Right then and there. And then at the end of the day, if none of that works, just do like we used to say in the military. Just do it like the government. Okay? That'd be really slow. Close enough for government work. That's all you got to have, man. And that'll work. So don't sweat it, guys. Get her done. Get it done as soon as you possibly can afterwards. And I promise you, you have a much better chance your dog will make the proper association. All right, that's the last time I'm actually going to make an entire video on that subject. Don't need to do that. We got other things to worry about that we really do need to worry about, and things that we need to address in future videos. So that's it, Hunk Cattle Dog. We're just not going to do that anymore. He's a great dog. All right, guys, enjoy your day. See you tomorrow. Cattle Dog.